Hello and welcome back to Off the Post. In today's episode, I'll be discussing an all-time classic in the Azteca as England beat Mexico to progress into the next round of the World Cup. But before that, as always, please like, comment and subscribe. It's very much appreciated and it goes along with me build a small community on my channel. We've recently just hit 337 subscribers. One of my ways to getting my main target 500. Can we go and smash it? Hopefully we can. Just want to say a massive thank you for the overall support on our most recent episodes, all the likes and the comments on social media as well. Definitely needs to go unnoticed, and also a massive thank you for the overall support, really. But let's get straight into the episode, shall we? Now, England beat Mexico 3-2 to progress into the quarterfinals of the World Cup, and for me, this game had everything in abundance, didn't it? It was amazing from start to finish. Don't get me wrong, the first half an hour was quite, dull. It was quite a little bit boring, England trying to, deal with the altitude, if you like, in the first 10 to 20 minutes. In the build up to this game, a lot of the pundits, a lot of the fans are talking about the altitude, being in Mexico, being in Mexico's home country, home stadium, if you like. Obviously, England had to deal with that. It definitely was there. You could see it. So you could see it in the hydration breaks and whatnot. The players did look a little bit burnt out, if you like. But as soon as they had that first hydration break, it looked like they was going to get back to their best. Because don't get me wrong, Raul Jimenez had a few chances. That diving header almost caught out with Jordan Pickford. He had to get down to the bottom corner to make a fantastic save. There was also another save I think it was in the first half. Again, Raul Jimenez, he did a lovely header. Okay, I think Jordan Pickford though just got his hand to it and pushed it over the bar. I can't remember if that was before or after the first goal, but anyways, Jude Bellingham scored the first goal in I want to say the 37th minute, okay? And honestly, it was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? Obviously, came from a goal kick. Jordan Pickford passing it out wide to Declan Rice, him bombing forward, driving up to the pitch, him getting it to Bukayo Saka. He just drives down the byline, okay? Puts in a pinch perfect delivery cross into Jude Bellingham's head, okay? And the way he sort of just dives down to sort of get win that header and put the ball in the back of the net was absolutely beautiful stuff from Jude Bellingham. Honestly, for me again, England this World Cup, it's starting to become the Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham show, isn't it? It's either going to be one of them two players who's going to score you the goals, and genuinely, these two are the two superstars in this team. But for me, Jude Bellingham, he was doing some prime Frank Lampard-esque runs into the box, making that first driving run into the box and scoring a goal, finishing it off with a goal was absolutely fantastic. This is why he's one of the best midfielders in the world. This is why he's playing for the likes of Real Madrid. This is why he went on to have a fantastic career, starting his career at Blues at, when he was 16, 17 years old. You've seen it when he started off his career at 16, 17. He was going to be a superstar from the early championship days, and this is what England need. If England, want to have a chance of getting to the semi-finals, the finals, even winning it, you need Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham to perform. Don't get me wrong, we need them to perform week in, week out, game in, game out, every 3 days even. But you need those other supporting players to help alongside you, likes of the Bukayo Sakas of this world, the Anthony Gordons, the Declan Rices, Elliot Andersons. You need them to step up as well and take the game by the scruff of your neck, if you like. And for me, they definitely did turn up in this game. It was an all-time classic. It was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure, right, as well. Jude Bellingham scored a second goal 98 seconds later, okay? Honestly, what on earth was this game? Scoring 98 seconds later, generally fantastic. Obviously, the ball, obviously, England win the ball back high up the pitch, okay? Obviously, right, England win the ball high up the pitch. Jude Bellingham, great tackle. He sort of just lays it off to Harry Kane, who's in the box. He's in one or two minds whether he should either shoot or square it. He is quite wide, so there's no point shooting, but he puts a lovely delivery, low cutting pass straight into the box, okay? And hope, in the hope of somebody to get there. And again, it's Jude Bellingham with those, late driving runs into the box to score the second goal of the game to make it 2-0. And at this point, it was absolutely brilliant, wasn't it? Don't get me wrong, a lot of the drama happened as after the goals went in, but again, this was absolutely amazing. You got to think to yourself, okay, for me, absolutely brilliant. Don't get me wrong, obviously, obviously England did go. Obviously England did concede one through. I think it was Quinios, wasn't it? Their main left winger. Okay, don't get me wrong. Quinios again. Him, Raul Jimenez were the two. essential players for Mexico in this competition at this World Cup. They've been absolutely brilliant. It was a good way to get back into the game to make it 2-1. But at this point, the thing happened where you got to think to yourself, it was great to get 2-1 at this point, okay. But then again, it was Kwanzaa who got the red card, okay. And don't get me wrong, it was 100% definitely a red card, no doubts about that. He can't be, he can't be misfouling that player. The way he did it was so rash. He just came sweeping in and left a standing foot on his leg, okay, on the Mexican player's leg, and you can't be doing that. It looks so poor from him. Looks so like a rash and dangerous from him. Honestly, it's always going to be a red card because it was quite dangerous, to be honest with you. The way he just swooped in and took out a Mexican player was absolutely disgusting from Kwanzaa. And for me, now he's going to miss the next game. What are you going to do about like right back position? Obviously, Reece James is out injured. He might potentially be back. I'm not too sure. Maybe every Konsa can play there, but he's playing quite well at centre back, isn't he? Next to Margehi. So it's a bit of a weird one. You got Jed Spence who could potentially come in and probably have to come in now and start that game. Obviously Nico O'Reilly on the left back position doing pretty well. Had a few shots this game, trying to make a few chances, creating a few chances as well for the other players. But anyways, add 2-1 with the player getting sent off. It was Anthony Gordon who runs on a through ball, trying to obviously take it around the goalkeeper, but he fouls him inside the box, just about inside the box, and gets called for a penalty, okay? And then it's none other than Harry Kane to make it 3-1, okay? Scoring from a penalty. Absolutely brilliant stuff from him, scoring that penalty. Again, that's his sixth goal in this World Cup. For me, he's definitely got to be right up there as one of the top goal scorers in this World Cup, at least top, 2 or 3 goal scorers so far. And maybe if England do go quite far, he could potentially get the, World Cup Golden Boot, making it like his 73rd, 74th goal of this season. And again, it just goes to show you why Harry Kane is such a superstar, one of the world's best strikers. Even though Harry Kane did score that great goal, he did almost let his side down a little bit, obviously conceding that penalty where he sort of just left that standing foot, on the Mexican player. Don't get me wrong, he went for the ball, tried to like lift the ball over the Mexican players, if you like, but it just didn't really work out that way, and he sort of just ends up kicking the Mexican player instead. So from that point of view, it was definitely going to be a penalty decision, and Raul Jimenez sort of did good to sort of score. I don't a consolation goal, if you like. Again, don't get me wrong, the Mexican striker, 35 years old, he's definitely had a good World Cup for Mexico, and he can take that form into his new season with Wolves in the Championship. And I reckon he'll be all right. I reckon he'll score a good 10 goals in the Championship, and it'll be a good season for him. We've also got in the video talking about Jordan Pickford making history, how he's made 17 World Cup appearances, level with Peter Shelton, okay? For me, absolutely brilliant stuff for Jordan Pickford. Again, he's a consistent performer for England year in, year out. I said it last video about England as well, didn't I? Jordan Pickford, he made 2 really important saves in this game. The one with Raul Jimenez at the start of the game, nice little header, and then also that header as well, where he sort of just puts it over the bar. There's probably more saves than that, but I generally can't remember. Also, what happens with Jordan Henderson? Didn't he injure himself falling over? That's a little bit unfortunate for him. Obviously, he's not really had any minutes so far, but still, it's not very nice to see, one of your own players getting injured and whatnot, falling over the barriers. That was quite funny, to be fair, but unfortunately they did get injured, of course. So it's not great to see that. But obviously, it's just a short video today, talking about England, trying to praise them, trying to give them their flowers, trying to, look forward to the next game against Norway. Honestly, Norway, how they beat Brazil with ease, okay? Erling Haaland, that's one player I'm scared of. Honestly, England are going to have to, double up on him, triple up on him, quadruple up on him to sort of, mark him out the game, if you like, Erling Haaland. It's going to be a tough test against Norway. It's not going to be easy. I just feel like, England might just have the upper hand when it comes to the attacking players, because I don't think Norway's defence is the best. I don't think their goalkeeper is the best. I don't think you can rely on Neelan that much. Obviously, watching him back in the day for Aston Villa and whatnot. But yeah, before that, as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's very much appreciated. It goes along with me, but a small community on my channel. We've recently just hit 337 subscribers. I just want to say a massive thank you for the recent support on our most recent episodes, all the likes and the comments, social media as well. Definitely going to notice. I just want to say a massive thank you, really, and I do hope you have a good rest of your day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.